Hi, let me be straight with you right now. According to a 2025 Gallup poll, 30% of Americans between the ages of 50 and 64 have absolutely nothing saved for retirement. Not a little, nothing. And if you are watching this video, there is a real chance you are in that group or somewhere close to it. Maybe you feel embarrassed about it. Maybe you feel panicked. Maybe you've just been avoiding thinking about it altogether. But here is the truth that nobody says loud enough. Starting from zero at 50 is not a financial death sentence. It is a wake-up call. And the people who answer that call and act on it right now are the ones who end up just fine. So let's talk about exactly how you build a retirement fund from zero after 50, step by step, with real numbers from 2026. Before anything else, you need to understand where you actually stand. A lot of people in this situation don't have a clear picture of their own finances. They know money comes in and money goes out, but they couldn't tell you exactly where it goes. That needs to change today. Sit down with your last 3 months of bank and credit card statements and categorize every expense. Fixed costs like rent, mortgage, car payments, and insurance. Then everything else, food, subscriptions, entertainment, dining out, online shopping. Most people doing this exercise for the first time find between $300 and $600 a month they didn't even realize they were spending. That money, redirected into a retirement account right now, becomes the foundation you never had. Now let's talk about the tools the US government has already built for people in exactly your situation, because this is where things get genuinely exciting. The IRS offers what are called catch-up contributions for people aged 50 and older, and the 2026 limits are the highest they have ever been. If you have a 401k through your employer, the standard contribution limit in 2026 is $24,500. But because you are 50 or older, you get an additional $8,000 in catch-up contributions on top of that. That means you can legally put $32,500 into your 401k in a single year. Add an IRA on top of that, and you can contribute another $7,500 plus a $1,100 catch-up, bringing your IRA total to $8,600. Combined, that is over $40,000 per year going into tax-advantaged retirement accounts. If you can hit even half of that number consistently, the next 10 to 12 years will look very different from the last 10. And here is something even more powerful hiding inside the law that most people completely miss. If you are between the ages of 60 and 63 right now, the Secure Act 2.0 gives you what is called an enhanced catch-up contribution. Instead of the standard $8,000 catch-up, you can contribute $11,250 extra into your 401k, bringing your total annual 401k contribution to $35,750. The government specifically created this window for people in this exact age bracket who are trying to close a retirement gap before they hit their mid-60s. If you are in that range, this is one of the most important numbers you will hear all year. Do not waste it. If you are enjoying this kind of honest, no-nonsense financial content, go ahead and subscribe to Wise Dude right now. I break down real money decisions for real people regularly. Hit that subscribe button and stay with me because I am just getting started. The next thing you need to tackle is your employer match, and this one is urgent. If your employer offers a 401k match and you are not contributing enough to capture the full match, you are leaving free money behind every single paycheck. An employer match is essentially a guaranteed 50 to 100% instant return on your contribution before it is even invested in the market. Nothing, no stock, no bond, no investment of any kind gives you that kind of guaranteed day one return. If you are unsure what your employer matches, call HR this week, not next month. This week, this single move could add tens of thousands of dollars to your retirement balance without you doing anything other than adjusting your contribution percentage. Now let's talk about something most retirement videos skip over, and that is income. Here is the reality. If you are starting from zero at 50, cutting expenses alone will not get you where you need to be fast enough. You also need to grow what is coming in. And the good news is that at 50 or older, you have something extraordinarily valuable: experience. Decades of professional skills, industry knowledge, and personal networks that younger people simply do not have yet. That experience is worth real money in the market right now. Consulting, freelancing, coaching, part-time work in your field, tutoring, or even monetizing a skill online can realistically add $500 to $2,000 extra dollars a month to your income. Every additional dollar you earn and invest at this stage has a decade to compound. That matters far more than most people realize when they actually run the numbers. Let's talk about index funds because this is how you invest the money once it is in your accounts. A lot of people starting late feel tempted to take big risks to try and catch up fast. That is almost always a mistake. Chasing hot stocks, putting money into speculative assets, or trusting anyone who promises fast returns will likely set you back further. The boring, proven strategy is low-cost index funds inside your 401k and IRA. Funds that track the S&P 500 have historically returned an average of around 10% annually over the long term before inflation. You do not need to beat the market. You just need to stay in it consistently over the next decade. Time and consistency beat speculation every single time. Social Security strategy is another area where the right decision can be worth hundreds of thousands of dollars over your lifetime, and too many people get it wrong. You can start claiming Social Security as early as 62, but doing so permanently reduces your monthly benefit by up to 30%. Your full retirement age, if you were born in 1960 or later, is 67. And if you can delay claiming until age 70, your monthly benefit grows by approximately 8% for every year you wait past your full retirement age. The average Social Security benefit in 2026 is around $1,976 per month. But someone who waits until 70, instead of claiming at 62, could receive hundreds of dollars more every single month for the rest of their life. When your savings are limited, that monthly check is not just income, it is your financial backbone. Treat the decision of when to claim it with the seriousness it deserves. Your housing situation also deserves a hard, honest look. According to the latest data, the median retirement savings for Americans aged 55 to 64 is around $185,000. But many of those same people are sitting on significantly more equity in their homes than that. If you own a home, you may be holding your most valuable financial asset without even thinking of it in retirement terms. Downsizing, freeing up that equity, and either investing the difference or slashing your monthly expenses can completely reshape your retirement outlook. Relocating to a state with no income tax like Florida, Texas, Nevada, or Tennessee is another move that thousands of Americans over 50 are making right now to stretch their dollars further without changing their lifestyle dramatically. One more strategy worth taking seriously is the Health Savings Account, or HSA. If you are enrolled in a high-deductible health insurance plan, an HSA lets you put in pre-tax money, invest it, and withdraw it completely tax-free for qualified medical expenses. Healthcare is one of the single largest costs Americans face in retirement, and having a dedicated tax-free fund growing specifically for that purpose is a smart and underused move that could save you tens of thousands of dollars down the road. And finally, consider the simple but powerful idea of working a few years longer than you originally planned. The math on this is undeniable. Going from retiring at 65 to retiring at 67 or 68 gives you more years of contributions, more years of compound growth, fewer years drawing down your savings, and a significantly higher Social Security payment that you will receive every month for the rest of your life. For someone rebuilding from zero at 50, those extra working years do not feel like a punishment when you realize they could mean the difference between financial stress in retirement and genuine financial peace. If you want more content like this, subscribe to Wise Dude and hit the bell so you never miss a video. And if you have a specific question about your own situation, you can always reach me directly at wisedude56@gmail.com, or you can comment on this video. I read every single message. Here is what I need you to take away from everything you just heard. 30% of Americans of your age are in the same boat. The difference between those who end up okay and those who don't is not luck. It is whether they decided to act or decided to wait. Increase your 401k contributions today. Open an IRA this week if you don't have one. Find out what your employer matches and capture every dollar of it. Put your extra income into index funds and leave it alone. Delay Social Security as long as you reasonably can. Look at your housing equity as a real retirement tool. None of these steps require a finance degree. They just require a decision that your future matters. And it does. Starting from zero at 50 is hard. But doing nothing guarantees something far worse. The best time to start was 20 years ago. The second best time is right now. See you in the next one. Till then, goodbye.